So ladies and ladies friends, finally the wait is over. After 4 months the bike is here. So today we are going from this to this. So we're starting on the right side of the bike, and what's going in is Gilles tooling footrests. For this you will need some Torx, and most important is some kind of thread locking, Loctite, really important. Start by removing these two screws. And then to get it off, this screw over here. So we're using a T40 Torx to remove these 3 screws. If we twist the footrest around, it'll say the master cylinder for the rear brake, and there's a spring. We need to remove the spring and unlock these 2 screws. Ready? Be careful here as well so you don't scratch the frame. And there's a lot of Loctite on these, so they will not slide out easily. So this is actually carbon fiber, compressed old used carbon fiber. And then you have the footrest off. This is here. Then you have the bracket on top of that with the screw. So guys, with the kit came some washers. These are distances to make the distance between this bracket and the master cylinder and the foot peg correct, so you will not have a gap. And here's where things are getting tricky. I also got 2 screws, and these screws are hopefully used for attaching the master cylinder to the foot peg. The tricky part here is you need to get these screws from behind. Then you need to get this distance or washer in between, like this. Sorry, you understand why this is so tricky. And when you get this in place, you need to attach this little piece of bracket like this, with the small hole pointing forward, and then you attach the whole shebang to these screws on the back side of the foot peg. So the whole thing will go in like that. I'll attach this and show you later, because I need my 2 hands and somebody else's hands probably. So easiest is start threading by hand. So they just grab, use the right tool. It's a Torx 30, same as the original. Guys, what we got here, as you can see, the plastic brackets where my finger are in between, and then there's the hole for the spring. Hopefully it will fit. So now we will attach the spring. So to get the spring, you have a tall part and a shorter part. So we hook it in from the behind into that tiny hole there, and then this guy goes into this peg where my finger is. So you have to pull that with a plier or with your fingers and attach this. So this should be what you end up with. We're almost done. What we're lacking is this guy, which we need to remove from the original part, which is the peg that pushes the master brake cylinder in. So that's the next part. This black piece needs to come off. I don't know if you can see, but there is this metallic part here, 2 lips. Push it out. Use a plier or your fingers. So this will come out, and then pull it straight out, as you can see, and you can remove this part. So this will go in from the side, attach itself to the footrest, and then you lock it by pressing it forward. So this piece is going to go in there. So guys, parts that we took off from the original master cylinder is this piece, which is pushing the master cylinder, and the locking parts for that. How do we attach this? Start by putting this part, the sharp part, inside this plastic hole, and then you align the bottom. So what we get left is attaching these screws back, and then this one here. Reuse the old stuff for here, the screws. Don't forget to put on thread lock. So guys, this was the original part. I told you that you need to reuse it. I was wrong. As beautiful as it is, but it's rubbish. So put it aside. With the kit came one distance and a pre-thread locked screw. So what we are going to do is put this in there, and so right side, brake side is done. Before you do anything, I need you to spin your rear wheel and check your brakes by pumping it to make sure that it's working. If I put my foot on here and I brake, I can see that the rear brake is working. So what's left now is adjust this to your liking. Move your foot pegs where you want. You can adjust the front peg as well. There's a screw on the bottom side that you can adjust to move this in this direction, and then the foot pegs are. So sit on a bike. So guys, this side is actually easier. Same procedure. Torx T40, remove the 2 screws that are in there. There's one there, one there. I'm guessing we're gonna reuse these screws because on the left hand side I didn't get any screws with the footrest, so I'm guessing we're gonna use all the screws, strangely enough. So I will remove this and then get back to you. So the footrest part is off. We need to get this shifter part off, and to do that you need to remove this, primarily this protection part, and then unscrew this screw, which should be, no, probably T25, 25, and you need to have something on it, and this is Loctited in, so you get thread locks. So it's a good time to tell you the difference between where this is attached and the other hole that you see there. This is how you reverse shift or normal shift. So as it is attached now, it's street shifting or normal shifting. If you attach it to the other side, then you have GP shift or reverse shift. So you notice there was a bracket from behind this that came off. So this bracket goes behind the screw, and then the whole thing is attached to that hole. Just don't lose the bracket. And then we need to remove the center screw. And that should be T40. And that should be really stuck there. I can move you guys a little bit further out so I can get a good leverage. So this guy's coming out. There should be a toll distance attached to this. So this is what you end up with. This distance part behind, and then the screw. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna replace this part with this part. So we need to move the screw. Use the same screw, and then use the part from behind, and then add some thread locks here, please, and reattach this to the body. So we're adding some thread lock. Great amount. And reattaching it to the hole. Oh, and since this is gone, I'm going to show you how the kickstand is attached. There's a switch, there's a bolt, and the whole shebang. So that's how it works. So back to this. So this should move freely, and since I like GP shifting, I'm going to reattach some thread lock on the screw here, and I'm going to attach it to the forward position. Now put the plastic part on top of it. It's your insurance that you don't lose the screw as well. So this part is moving. So just to be clear, if you attach it there, you have GP shift. If you attach it here on these two, any one you need, you have normal shifting. You guessed it right. Thread lock on these. And this is the easy part. These guys will go straight back. Use the same screws. Make sure you get going by hand first. So here is the final result. On the left hand side, it looks great. As usual, make sure before riding out that everything works, everything is attached. The adjustment of the foot pegs are to your liking. Make sure that you can shift up and down before you leave the area where you can have some tools and redo what you probably did wrong. So, Gilles footrest, left side, and the brake side. So this is the first mod. So guys, next up is probably Gilles handlebars. I'm gonna strip this down, remove the handlebars. So if you'd like to know how I did that, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you like it. Fortunately, there's no thumbs down. Comment, I'll try to get back to you. Stay safe.